So guys, I heard about all the price increases on everything Xbox. They increased the price on the console to $650. The Series X is $650. Unbelievable. Now, if that wasn't enough, they increased the price on Game Pass to $30. Game Pass Ultimate is now $30. I just can't understand what this company is thinking. First of all, I don't understand, even with the tariffs, I don't understand why they're increasing the prices. Because if you understand how manufacturing works, as time goes on, it gets cheaper to manufacture old technology. Processes improve, the chips get easier to produce because it doesn't take as many resources. Manufacturing processes are refined, just like you saw with all the other previous consoles, with the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, or even the PlayStation consoles. These console manufacturers learn cheaper ways to make a console. That's why you see price drops. Oh, it was $500, now it's $400, now it's $350, because processes get cheaper as technology gets easier to produce. So my question is, okay, even if the tariffs were into play, it should have been $500. The only thing you wouldn't have seen is a price decrease. Instead of $400, it stays at $500 because the technology is easier and cheaper to produce now at this point. We're 5 years into the game. Things improve. Things get cheaper. Older technology is easier to produce, but I don't understand. Why did it increase to $650? Are these people idiots? I don't know what Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond are thinking. It makes no business sense to me, even from a manufacturing point of view. No sense. But forget about that. Let's talk about the Game Pass point of view. They want 100 billion people on Game Pass. But how the hell are you going to do that when you're killing off one of the entry points into Game Pass? There's only 2 entry points in the Game Pass. That's the Xbox consoles or PC. Where else are you going to get Game Pass from? You can't get Game Pass on Nintendo Switch, not on PlayStation. Where are you going to get it? On your mobile? Hell no. I don't want to play on my mobile. A majority of people don't want to stream their games. That's stupid. Your connections don't work. Most people don't have good connection. Hell, I have 5G. I have like a 200 Mbps on my phone. And sometimes my phone still lags. YouTube still lags. Why would I want to stream? I want to play games on native hardware. That's why we built badass PCs, or we buy these expensive consoles to get the great graphics. We don't want it to stream it from a server. So how are you gonna increase your Game Pass subscriber count if you're increasing the price, the barrier of entry to your console? And PC prices have steadily been increasing. Well, now we have $1,500 GPUs. So who, other than the hardcore gamers, how are you gonna appeal? How are you gonna get Game Pass? And casuals don't care. You come up with your stupid ad. Oh, this is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. My fridge is an Xbox. My dog is an Xbox. What type of bullshit ad is that? I don't understand what they're thinking. Boomers and little kids don't know how to stream games on their iPad or on their Samsung TV. That's all nonsense and garbage. I have 2 nieces. They don't know nothing about Xbox Game Pass. They play their games on Nintendo Switch too. And you know why they play their games on Nintendo Switch too? Because I've been a lifelong gamer, and that's why they know about the Nintendo Switch too. They don't play on Xbox. They don't play on PC. They don't play on PlayStation. And they wouldn't even be playing on Nintendo Switch too if it wasn't for me. They would be playing on the iPad. They would be playing their Roblox or Minecraft on the iPad. They would not be streaming it from Game Pass. That's utter bullshit. The strategy just dumbfounds me. It doesn't make sense. How are you going to grow it? You're alienating your hardcore gamers. Why are you doing that? This is your bread and butter. These are people that are growing up. They're starting families. They could introduce kids to your consoles. But you're alienating these people. And you're increasing people who want to get into gaming. You're increasing the barriers to your console or to PC game prices. And now even your own subscription. So how is Xbox going to grow? I just don't understand. How do you grow a system by increasing prices? By increasing the barrier of entry into your ecosystem? I just don't understand. Oh, let's move all our exclusives to PlayStation. Then why the hell do I want Game Pass? Why the hell do I want an Xbox? Why do I care about the Xbox app on PC? I just don't understand who these clowns are. These clowns, they've been at Sarah Bond has previously worked at McKinsey and Bain Company as a consultant. She's a bullshit consultant. I know better than her. What an idiot, man. I don't know what, and these people are paid 6 figures to do these jobs. I could do their job for free. This is absolutely asinine.